So for cutting the roof on this, I was having trouble figuring out how to draw a consistent line across the roof. So I took some of my measurements, and this is where I came up with. And so I put a notch right here. And then I took my measurements on the other side over here, and I put a notch right here. And then I just took a mason line. This is like masonry string. This is my mason line right here. And then down here in the middle of the van right here, there's this little, I don't know what this is, but it's not used. And so I just took a flashlight that has a mount on it, a magnetic mount. And I mounted it right there and had it shine straight up. And then that gave me the shadow of this line all the way across there. So it gave me a consistent line. So this is going to be the line that I cut. This is the line that I cut on the other van. And then I just took a piece of 3M tape, put it right here, and this is the line that I'm gonna cut on this van. And so I'm going to overlap it and then weld fully on the outside and weld the inside as well. And then when I get back over here, I'm just gonna cut this, whoops. When I get back over here, I'm just gonna cut this on an angle like this. And then I kind of did something similar with putting a line in here, because this is difficult too. So what I did is I took a builder's square. I don't remember, I think I put it right here and had it face this way. So it went like this. And then I had the flashlight and I mounted the flashlight on this side here. I'm sorry, I mounted the flashlight on this mount on this side to shine on the other side, and then the vice versa. And so here I wrote, here's shadow and line. So this is where the shadow is, and this is a line. And so when I cut it, this is the side we're keeping, so then I'm gonna cut on this side. And then on the other side, I kept on this side. So, you know, in a perfect world, that joint will be right, but I'm sure there's gonna have to be some adjustment there. But I thought that was an interesting way to come up with a consistent line on both sides. Okay, so now this hole on the left is where the antenna goes. This one on the right, I just drilled here, and I'm gonna use these nippers to cut this line. So this line, it doesn't really matter, that's not gonna be perfectly straight like if you used a blade, because we're gonna weld that. And this line right here is more of a reference line when we put it back together. And yeah, I just didn't want to deal with all the sparks and all the particles and everything like going in my face. So that's why I'm gonna use the nippers for this job. All right, so here are the ears that are coming off this frame right here. And here's the other side of the frame right here. Oh, I got a mask on, I'm struggling. Here's so these ears are slid inside of here. And so I was like, how am I gonna drill out those spot welds in there? So I've just been taking this guy and getting all this undercoating off, and then it leaves a little dimple right here. You can see there's a spot weld right there. So I think what I'm gonna do is, you know, grind all that stuff out there with this wire brush, and then I'm just gonna go back in with a plasma cutter and blast a hole where every one of these little dimples are, because I'm gonna have to, you know, weld onto the other frame, so I need a hole there anyways. And I had considered cutting this section out so I could drill through this way, because I don't really have a good, I guess I could go in there with a right angle drill. I don't know, I think that'd be really painful, but this is where I'm at right now, and the frame goes all the way just past my finger right there. So yeah, here we are. All right, this is like watching grass grow. And I've been inching this guy back together. And so I decided to cut the frame back at these ears right here. And so this ear is sliding into this ear over here. I had drilled out all these spot welds and stuff and separated it here. And then these guys right here, like all these little things, I drilled out all the spot welds under here, and so this is going to overlap and it's going to help me line the vehicle up. So I'm going to use these, are going to fit right over these guys, and I ground all this stuff down and put paintable primer on it. And so right now I've got this ratchet strap just hooked up to this little bracket here. I know it doesn't have to be strong, and then I just slung it over this guy. And then I'm gonna just put it on one of these cross membranes right here. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Maybe I'll put it on this motor mount or something right here, and then just ratchet it slowly. So it's been a lot of like jacking and maneuvering to get everything lined up to this point. And then this guy up here, this right here, this much right here is gonna overlap on the top side of this. And then just, so I guess, you know, if there are any, I don't know, I think it'll be fine, but I just thought it'd be stronger that way. And then those guys are going to get butt welded up against each other, and then I'll put some funky shaped metal there to reinforce that. So right now it's tedious, so I'm gonna keep going and I'll get you guys back here in a little bit. All right, it's getting closer. This is slipped over this side, and I just used these old sawzall blades to help get it over the top, because it kept getting caught like on this edge to the other edge. So it's getting close now, and so I need to do some adjusting. I need to jack it up a little differently to get the angle right. This isn't quite right up here, so here we go. All right, it's looking more like a van now, and I just screwed these in temporarily, so you can see the overlapped holes right here like match up really well all along. So I just screwed this in all along, and yeah, so tomorrow I should start welding things together.